So hello everybody to my commentary and watching the racing that happened last Saturday at National Boulevard in Campbellfield. This race it had a pretty big field, and so it was very interesting as the cars were very prolific on this road, as there was a shopping or like a warehouse opening on the back straight, so it made it very difficult for the marshals to make sure that we were safe on the roads. But they did a pretty good job in the end, which was really good. It really nullified most of the breaks that happened. It was really a day for the sprinters, which didn't really end up happening at all. Most people were just waiting for the bunch sprint at the end. And off we go here, the first lap. And on the first lap, the breakaway on the first lap happened. Breakaway of six or so guys went off the front. And the peloton's pretty. See, we're going at a reasonable pace. The race has only just started. We're sort of just easing into it. Some guys have already gone off the front. I'm towards the front. Brendan Ellis was in nearly every breakaway. He was so energetic in this race. And here we come through now. We're not going too fast. We're going at a reasonable pace. So we've skipped ahead a few, and St Kilda represent at the front. We had a really good race, St Kilda riders, including myself. And just skipped a few ahead. Now this is Brendan Ellis really making a good pace at the front, setting a really hard tempo for all the sprinters. And here we're at so this is shot on my Fly 6. I'm towards the front. Now this is the back straight. This is the part with the massive tailwind. And just checking around, see what's going on, and then I sort of give Brenton a break from the front, and then I sort of come into this section here, and I notice there's a big crosswind, so I put everybody to the right lane, and just hammer it as fast as I possibly can, and see what happens, see if we can get a split, and see if they can ruin this day for the sprinters. And this guy came off the front, swallowed him, and I've gotten a really good gap at this point. It's really going really fast, and so I come down this section. There's a headwind section, and this part is where it was really hard for me to get a gap. And I'm glad that someone was chasing, trying to get me back down into the group. And this is 4 laps to go, so it's really touching. If I'm to go off ahead, it's touch and go. Can't look behind me, even though it's so tempting to look behind you. You can't look behind you at all. And I'm really glad that this guy's come through to grab a turn. And this is the view from the spectator's view. We didn't have very much of a gap. We only had a 5-second gap. And Brendan Ellis at the front, setting a false tempo so we could get away. We got to work together. And we're coming in. We skipped ahead a bit. I'm pretty sure this is 2 laps to go. We're only just off the front, maybe a few seconds off the front. And coming up the back straight. Don't look behind you. See, it's really tough because you're off the front. You want to know where the peloton is, but you can't. You know you shouldn't look behind you, but you do anyway. It's just the temptation to look behind you, even though you know that you shouldn't. And it slows you down, but it's so tempting in the end. So. He's pulling a really good turn. Number 25, Rowan. He did a really good job off the front. He helped me really get there. We really pushed each other in the end. This part is definitely the toughest part. You got the crosswind coming off to you on the left hand side, and this is a bit of a false flattish section where you can really lose all momentum at this point. But once he started to slow down, so I took my turn, go to the front. We were working really well together. Like whenever we started to slow down, we would take the turn and then we'd go through. And this part here, it was we're just trying to keep the speed up, trying to keep all momentum, trying to keep the cadence up. My cadence was trying to average around 95 to 100. Even though my coach just wants me to keep pushing that higher cadence all the time. Spinners are winners. Like cadence is always important to keep the fresh legs going, to make sure your legs have got plenty of oxygen, keeping out the lactic acid. And this is the bell lap. The Bell is absolute music to my ears right now. And this is a view from the spectators. So we've got a decent gap. The gap it's maintainable, but it can also be swallowed in a second. As the sprinters will get their groove going, they can wipe out the breakaway's advantage to absolutely nothing. And number 25 did a really good turn on the downhill, and I've got the easy part. This is the easy section to take a turn as you're starting to get that tailwind push. And here going into here, we've got some more tailwind coming up across here. And usually I don't pedal around the roundabout, but in an instance like this, risks need to be taken. And I did pedal through that corner, even though I probably shouldn't. I had to. Losing that one or 2 seconds is absolutely important. You cannot lose those 1 or 2 seconds when it comes down to it in the end. And here, so he's taking. I started to slow down, and then Ron's come to the front. He's pulling off a big tempo. And at this point, my heart's in my mouth. Like we're complete maxed out. Our heart rate's in the threshold, way beyond threshold. And now this is. It's touch and go. I really do want to try and look behind me at this point, but I know that I shouldn't, and I know that I don't really want to see what's happening behind. And so he takes his turn. It's my turn to go at the front, and all I'm trying to do is just pedal, keep the legs going. You're just trying to get on top of that gear, keep it rolling. I feel like I can hear the peloton behind me. I feel like they're just on the back of my wheel, but I'm never going to stop until they're there. And so I come around. I'm not sure if he's going to try and come around me in the end, or I'm just trying to keep pushing. And and here I'm maxed out. I'm just about to spew out a lung, but I keep pushing. We're pretty much both knackered at this point, but I know here I hear go. I keep on hearing it. And then the finish line was absolute dream for me. I took the win. Really happy to take that. It was not very easy to outbeat the sprinters, as this course is very tailored for sprinters. There's nowhere to hide in a breakaway like this, and I found that the best chance to get a breakaway going is if you do have a crosswind on that climb. I found that if you have a crosswind on that climb, you're going to have a good day for a breakaway. And I found that the number to be in a breakaway is definitely around 2 to 3. I found that 2 to 3 is a good number to have in a breakaway. Anything more than that, and the peloton won't let you go, or we'll stop working, we'll start playing games with each other. But me and Ron on number 25, we worked really well together. We kept on taking turns. We had no playing of games at all. We didn't play mind games. We didn't start taking soft turns at the front. But we just knew that we didn't have time for that. We had 4 laps. There's no time to just ease off the front. Because they're just right behind you. I mean, they'll swallow you in a second if you lag. And we didn't do that at all. So that was really good. Me and Ron worked really well together. And it was a really good race. No big breakaways went off the front until 4 laps to go, which was me. And we had a really good race. Thank you very much for watching and listening to my commentary of the racing at National Boulevard.